Hi, it's Kim and Stefan. We live here in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and we have come across a really interesting business opportunity for you. A little background, I've been a realtor for about 16 years.
And myself, I'm a realtor as well. We work together. I've also have an MBA degree, and I was an executive director for a large health organization here in the DC metro area. And I also ran 3 of my own businesses. So business is kind of in our blood, and we want to share this idea with you. Because we think this is one of the best business opportunities we've come across in our lifetime. So sit back, watch the video, and enjoy. Today I want to talk to you about how to generate recurring income, and not only to dare to dream again, but to actually live your dreams. I've subtitled this A Guide to Getting Rich Slowly, because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, this is a way to slowly but steadily build recurring income that will keep growing for the rest of your life and enable you to live your life to the fullest. Before we get deeper into this, a brief disclaimer. We believe this is an incredible opportunity to live a happy and healthy life. And those two really go together, and we'll talk more about that later on. But it's also an opportunity to generate recurring income. And what that means is income that comes in predictably month after month, no matter what you do. Whether you work or you sleep or you are on vacation or even you're sick. At a certain time of the month, you'll have a new paycheck in your account month after month, year after year for the rest of your life. And not only that, but it'll keep growing for the rest of your life as well. Now that would be pretty exciting, wouldn't it? And it's also an opportunity, though, to help people that you care for. Maybe your children, your grandchildren, your parents, or your friends or family members that are struggling with finances and with health problems. This is a way to also help them live that happy and healthy life. And the best thing is that you can do all of this with very little risk and with amazing rewards. Now, we do understand that despite all that, this is not for everyone. And that's perfectly okay. We promise that we'll never put pressure on anyone to sign up for this. The only thing we ask is that you keep an open mind throughout this presentation. So we came into this opportunity kind of by accident. We were planning a trip to Germany, where I was born and raised. And there were a couple of cousins there that I hadn't really seen in about 40 years. And I was communicating with them to try to arrange for a time to meet for coffee or something. And one of them just kind of emailed me back and said, why don't you just come stay with us? We have a guest house. You can stay there for free as long as you want to. We'd love to meet you and spend some time with you. So we actually had already planned everything out and had a hotel, but we canceled one night on the hotel to come and stay with them. And of course, it was intriguing to us even before we got there to see what they were doing and how they were doing. You know, having a guest house is not usually a common thing, especially in Europe or in Germany.
So we went into Kirsten and Christian's home, and it was lovely. And I could just see they were very healthy, active, slim and trim. And I was curious, and I asked Stefan, what did they do? So they were happy to share with us that they have been with LifePlus for 13 years. They've been very successful, bringing in their family and their friends. And if you look at what they're making now per month, it is more per month than the average American brings home in 1 year. So that's something to think about.
So this is actually something that we have been looking for years, is to help us with our retirement. Like most people, we don't have much saved for retirement, and we were looking for an opportunity to have some kind of recurring income that can sustain us in our golden years. And of course, being realtors, we were looking at the real estate market, and we had flipped homes for a while. We did pretty well on that, but that's kind of more difficult to do now. And so we got into rental homes, and that has its own challenges, primarily because there's so much investment up front that it takes up to 8 to 10 years to get that money back. And that's only the beginning of it. So when we found this opportunity where you can actually get your initial investment back within the first month, we were very excited about it, and we want to share it with you as well. So let's talk for a moment about the principle behind this opportunity. For those of you living in the South, this may be a familiar brand. Piggly Wiggly, popular grocery store in the South. So let's imagine you're in a town and there is a new grocery store in town. And this store does things a little bit differently. They don't do any advertising. They don't do circulars, no coupons, no specials. There's only one thing they do. And they take all the savings they have from all not doing all these things, and they pay you 10% for referring a friend. And of course, they do that for everyone else. So imagine that you have a friend named Abby, and you tell her about this, and she goes and she spends about $100 on average a month, just to make things simple to calculate. And she tells Bob, and he also goes and spends $100, and he tells Christina, and she does the same, and she tells Donald. So in the end, you have 4 people that each spend $100 on groceries, and let's assume you also spend about $100 on groceries. So you would get 10% of those 4 times $100, $400. That would be what? $40. Would that be a good deal? I mean, it's half off your grocery bill. That's not a bad deal, right? I mean, I could live with that, and I would probably do this. But imagine for a moment if instead of telling one Abby, you would tell 2 Abbies or 2 people, and they each told 2 also. Then you'd have 4 and 8 and 16 and a total of 30 people that you get those 10% off. Now that's a little bit more worthwhile probably. But let's push this a little bit further and assume you tell 3 people and they each tell 3 people. And you see how the numbers grow, and now you already have 120 people that you get paid for. Now notice, from Abby to 2 Abbies, you only told 1 other person, yet you got 26 more people that you have, you get paid for. Now, if you add only 1 more to 3, now that 30 is already grown to 120 people. Now let's push this just a little bit more to 5 and assume every one of those 5 also tells 5 people. Now you have an incredible number of 780 people already under you. Now let's do our math on this. The average purchase, $100. 780 times 100 is $78,000 that these people purchase at the grocery store. And you get 10% of that, and that's $7,800 a month. Now, would that be worthwhile? Absolutely. So what we're seeing here, and this is just an example, is the power of multiplication. And the business opportunity that we want to share with you today is based on this power of multiplication, where large numbers of people generate maybe a small return each, but it adds up to potentially incredible numbers. Now let's talk a little bit about marketing methods that are out there in the society around us. This is one that we're all familiar with. It's the retail marketing method. You're over here on the right, a young couple with child, and you are buying a product. And let's assume you go to a retail store, use a retail store, and you buy the product, and they, of course, bought that product from a wholesaler. And they, in turn, bought it from the manufacturer. So if you pay those 100% price on the product, the wholesaler, the manufacturer really probably got maybe 30-40% of that. The rest of it, the 60%, let's assume, is paid to the channel, the wholesaler and the retailer. And of course, you can start a business and you can buy into that channel. You can buy a franchise, for example, or you can start your own business, whether it be a restaurant or some kind of boutique. But the downsides of that are it's very expensive. I've looked into franchises at one point, and they're somewhere from $500,000 and up if you can get them. And they're very risky. Like all small businesses, about 80% of small businesses go out of business within 2 years. So this is a very high risk endeavor. Now, the other way of marketing that is also very popular is multi-level marketing. Let's just use Mary Kay as an example because I'm familiar with it. There's many others, Tupperware, Sheckley, Herbalife, you can probably name a number of them that use this principle. And it's based on the same principle of multiplication. And here you have yourself again. You pay 100% for a product. There's the representative, your friendly neighborhood Mary Kay lady, who you buy this from, but she bought it from the manufacturer. And again, the manufacturer gets maybe around 40%. Your Mary Kay lady may get potentially up to 60%. I am not really familiar with what their spread is. So that's another way of making money. And doing business, and it's a way that works. I've known many people who have worked for Mary Kay and many of these other companies who've been very successful. But unfortunately, I've known also many people who have, even more people who have not been successful. And the reason for that is that to get into this business, you have to purchase inventory, which makes the threshold pretty high. I remember at Mary Kay, my ex-wife used to do Mary Kay. It was about $1,000 to get in. And then you have to take that inventory and you have to sell it to people. And that means you have to be a product expert. You have to know everything about every product because they're going to ask you. You're the retailer, essentially. So this is very time intensive. It's very capital intensive, and probably $1,000 in inventory won't even do it. In the end, we ended up with about $3,000 in inventory, I believe. And if it doesn't work, then you're out the money. And that, for many people, can be very painful. So that brings us to a different method of marketing that is actually fairly new. It's probably only about 20 years old in this context, maybe 30. That's called referral marketing. So in this type of marketing, the end user actually buys directly from the manufacturer. And the reason why this is fairly new is because this is only really enabled by the internet. You know, Amazon and so many other stores where you can order directly online and you get it shipped to your house. There's really no need for a middleman anymore. So that's how this works. And however, how does the end user find out about the buyer? Now, they could Google it, but they'd have to know exactly what they're looking for to some extent. This is where you come in. You give them a referral. You simply tell the end user where to buy this wonderful product, and when they buy it, you get a commission. And that commission can be up to 60%. So the advantages of this versus the other methods of marketing is there's no inventory for you. You don't have to buy any products because they buy it directly from the manufacturer. So there's a very low threshold of getting in. It's very inexpensive to get started. Also, there's no sales. You don't have anything to do with the products. They don't come to you. You don't sell them. They go directly between the purchaser and the seller. So the only thing you have to do is purchase for your own consumption, whatever you use for yourself. There's no need to retail any of that. So does that sound interesting? Would you like to hear a little bit more? Okay, well, let's talk about this. So for this to work, what would be the ideal product that would work best in this kind of environment? So first of all, a product would have to be consumable, right? It has to be something that gets used up on a regular basis. If you only sell someone a vacuum cleaner once every 5 years, and you get recurring income from that, that's not going to amount to a whole lot. So it has to be consumable. It also has to be for everyone. If it's only for children or only for men or women or pets, then you're already restricting your addressable market significantly from the very beginning. So it has to be something that everyone can use. And last, it has to be something that is desirable, that people actually want, that maybe they're already using anyway, and you're just finding them a better product and a way to get paid for actually using the product, like we do in the initial grocery store example. That brings us to our product, or our company, which is LifePlus. It's a company that's been really around since 1936 here in the US, out of Arkansas. And in the early 90s, they came about this idea of the referral marketing. And they were one of the pioneers in referral marketing. They sell nutritional supplements, vitamins, minerals, things like that. They also have a wonderful anti-aging formula that you really need to learn more about. And they have weight loss products. They have skincare to a very limited extent. And all of these products are very high quality and they're all natural. So they're really fantastic products. People have been using those products and we are one of them. Absolutely love the products, and you will have no problem recommending these to some of your friends and anyone else, family members.
The first product most people start out with for their monthly product is the Daily Bio Basics. And this is a powder form This has your fruits and vegetables, vitamins and minerals, fiber, antioxidants, probiotics, super greens. It's all in one. Can you imagine if you bought all those things separately? It'd be much more expensive than what this product is. And this is 40 international units, be $52 with shipping in our area. Really great. We've been using it. It actually will come with the shaker, and you get a product book and a price list. I have found this is really good if you like a smoothie in the morning. You can use almond milk or juice. Put your couple scoops in here. You might want to put a banana, some strawberries. Very filling, very healthy.
So let's talk about money, right? That's what you're here for, is to talk about the compensation plan. How can you make money and realize your dreams with this business? So first of all, the company calculates things in points, not in dollar values, because they're all worldwide and they deal with many different currencies. So it makes it much easier to deal with points. And $50 is the most least expensive product that you would have to purchase and use for yourself in order to be eligible to be part of the compensation plan. And that accounts for 40 international points. So there's you right in the middle. And you tell 3 of your friends, and they each also purchase $50 or 40 points worth of product. Doesn't have to be any particular product, just 40 points worth of products. And that is you have 3 of those, so that's your level 1. You get 25% of whatever they purchase on level 1. Now, there can be an unlimited number of people on this first level. I know some multi-level marketing companies I've heard of, they limit that to maybe 4 or 6 or 10. Here you can have any number that you want, unlimited. And on all of those, you get 25% of their monthly purchase. Now on level 2, let's say these tell 2 of their friends, or in this case 3 of their friends about it. And whoever's on level 2, whatever their purchases are, you get 10% of their monthly purchases. And again, everybody only purchases for themselves. They do not retail the product. And then on level 3, they each tell 3 people, and you get a third level, and you get 5% of that. So of those 3 levels together, you can get up to 40% referral bonus for levels 1 through 3. Now, if you have 3 people on your first level, and they generate about 3,000 points a month, then you are unlocking to get paid for the 4th level and below. And the incredible thing about this company is you actually get paid to infinity. Most companies only pay you for the first 10 levels, 8, or maybe some other number. Here you actually get paid to infinity for everyone that goes below. And that's where the real money comes in, and where the really high numbers are. So there is a leadership bonus for levels 4 and beyond, and there's also a leadership development bonus. So if you really want to dive deep into this and really get into this, you can get an additional 20% of the purchases of your entire downline. That comes out to about 60% total that you can get back of the purchases. And there's something else that is ingenious about this product or this company. We'll turn that off. And that is that the company wants everyone who signs up new and who brings in at least 3 people a special bonus to help them get their initial investment of $50 back right away. And so they have what's called a monthly pool bonus. So they put all the income that's generated worldwide for the month into a big pot, and they'll take 1% of that, and they pay it out to those who sponsor at least 3 people per month or more. And that comes out to, I don't know, $50, $100 a month. It depends. It varies from month to month. But it definitely should help you pay for the first initial investment. Plus, you already have those 3 people under you. That pays already for 75% of your initial investment. So now you already got your money back after 1 month. And from now on, anything that happens is just pure profit for you. You get your money every month, your purchase is paid for, and then you have additional dollars coming in. Now, the numbers may be small to start with, But as you keep growing your business, you tell other people, they tell other people, those numbers will keep growing and keep growing month after month until you have some really nice and significant income coming in. So if you have any questions, then please contact us. Our email will be at the very end of the presentation. So how do you sign up? You go to www.lifeplus.com. You go in there, you open an account. You have to have a PIN from a sponsor. If somebody recommended you to watch this video or pointed it out to you, send you a link, they are considered your sponsor. You should contact them, ask them for their PIN if you're interested in signing up. Go in and sign up, and then you should order one of the products. We recommend the Daily Bio Basic. It's a multivitamin powder that is extremely powerful, has all the nutrients and power greens and anti-aging things that you need to start with. And that's $50 plus shipping. So we recommend that you do that. It comes to about $52 a month. And you also are recommended to check ASAP, which is the auto ship, because you're only eligible to get commission or bonus payments if you order. And we don't want you to forget to order and then you don't get paid 1 month. So by the way, you can cancel the auto shipment anytime. You can return any of the products within 30 days for a full refund. So there's absolutely no commitment. There also is no sign-up fee. The only thing you have to do is sign in and order one product for 40 points, and you're eligible to receive bonuses. Now, how would you be successful in this business? We have a few ideas and recommendations to help you be successful. The first one is get to know the products and use them. Even though this is not about sales, you're not required or even encouraged to sell these products, but you need to still recommend them to others, and that means you need to know a little bit about them. And the best recommendation comes from your personal use and your personal experiences, and you're excited about what it does for you. So get to know the products, use them. Tell your story to your family and friends, how you came about this, what it's done for you, the products, how your income has increased. If you don't have a story yet because you're brand new, tell other people's stories. People, your sponsor story, or others that you've heard from within the company until you do have your own story. Choose your focus. Now, the nice thing about this is you can choose which way you want to promote this business. You can either promote the products because you love them, you're excited about them. You tell people about them, and when they order them, you tell them, well, you can actually get these products for free and even make a little money on the side. Who doesn't need a little money on the side? Or you can just focus on the opportunity and talk to people about an opportunity to realize their dreams, to be financially independent, and to really have a better and healthier life. And it depends on you which one you prefer. As you see in this presentation, we prefer to focus on the opportunity because there's so many people who are struggling financially, and you really could use that extra influx of income. And many of them are very, very receptive to this message. Also, we recommend that you sponsor at least 3 people the first month, because by doing that, you already get 75% of your initial investment back, plus you qualify for that pool bonus payment of 1% that you get back. That really helps you get even more money the first month. And also, it already enables you to unlock the 4th level once your downline in the first 3 levels increases to a certain income level. So that's very important. And then help them sponsor 3 people their first month. Your job really as a member is to share these with your friends and then help them also share it with theirs. And maybe help those below them a little bit as well. And after that, it'll take on a life of its own, and those below you in your 2nd and 3rd level are then responsible for teaching and supporting those below them. And then simply repeat each month as desired, depending on how much income you want to have. If you're happy with just $400 or $500 a month, then maybe after you have your 2nd or 3rd level filled up with 3, 4, 5 people, you can just relax and let it go. Or if you want more, if you want maybe a 4-digit income a month or even a 5-digit income, you may want to push it a little bit harder and to really go out and put a lot of people on your 1st level and then help them with their 2nd level. And that will exponentially increase your income over time. So how can we help? you're watching this somewhere on the internet, so you're not potentially close to where we are, but we are available to answer questions and discuss strategy. There will be email address here very soon. You can email us and ask questions. You can ask your sponsor, of course. They're primarily responsible for you, but they may be new too, so we will definitely be willing to help with that. We can provide you resources. You can use this video freely. We also have this PowerPoint presentation in PowerPoint, and we'd be happy to send it to you. You can personalize it and customize it so that you can use it. We really prefer to do this one-on-one with people and to personally present this opportunity to them, and we use the PowerPoint for that, either on a computer or in printed form. But for people who are far away, maybe relatives or distant friends, that this is not possible, you can show this video and this will help them get the same impact as the PowerPoint presentation. We'll also try to teach you to present the business, which we're doing right here in the video. And if you're local, we'd be happy to meet with your friends and model a one-on-one presentation. And here in our area, we also are holding regular group presentations where people can bring their friends. And we encourage you to do that as well for your downline, to hold a meeting at your house and have them bring their friends so you can explain to the whole group how this process works. The bottom line is, you can do this. This is one of the easiest ways that we have found to run a side business and to generate money and recurring income. It's really the opportunity of a lifetime. There's virtually no risk. There's only $50 buy-in, and you very likely get that back within the first month. There are never-ending rewards that keep on going and going, unlimited for the rest of your life, and you can actually will this to your children so that they will continue to get the benefits of what you've built. This is really your little empire that you're building for the benefits of the next generation and those beyond. And it's easy to do. It's not difficult. People are very receptive to it. And as a result, you can truly achieve your fondest dreams and help others do the same. So, bottom line, what are you waiting for? If you have further questions, here's our contact info, kissyourdreamsawake@gmail.com. Feel free to contact us. If you do not have a sponsor, we'll be happy to send you our PIN number so you can sign up. If you have questions or need resources, we're available at any time. Thank you for listening, and we wish you all the best, and may all your fondest dreams come true.